And this is the data set from the past century, which we compiled and analyzed, of how the duration of these Gauri Ganesh Visarjans changed over the past century. So almost half of them are a 6-day Gauri Ganesh, and a quarter each we have 7 and 5 days each. And you can see how they have evolved over the past century from 1924 to 2023, going from 5, 6, and 7 solar days. Domestic Gauri Ganesh is not that widespread. Not many people have a tradition of celebrating Gauri Ganesh. In fact, more of them do not than do, though it's evenly split from our survey sample, as opposed to an overwhelming majority of folks who did celebrate Ganeshotsav in their home. Most people do not even, most of our survey respondents do not even celebrate Gauri Ganesh. And if you look at tradition, those of the folks who did celebrate Gauri Ganesh did have a tradition of doing so. So unlike Ganesh, where almost a third of folks who celebrated domestic Ganeshotsav did not have a family tradition of doing so. They were doing it out of their own will. They had created their own family tradition from scratch, so to say. Not many folks seemed to have created a Gauri Ganesha tradition from scratch, though there were some, a healthy 10% of folks. And that is borne out by other data as well. So from data from Mumbai's BMC from 2022, Gauri idols actually accounted for a very minuscule fraction, less than 4% of the total immersions that occurred during last year's Ganeshotsav. That being said, though, Gauri Puja is an important part of Ganeshotsav. It is a very important facet of it. It is important because there are actually some households which do not have household Ganeshotsav, and they would only celebrate Gauri. In fact, many households in Ganpatipure and regions around those, in the tradition that we have discussed at the beginning of this session, that goes back to over 500 years, some of those families have a tradition of only celebrating the Gauri Puja. That is also common in other parts of Maharashtra, such as Vidarbha, Nagpur, the Akola region, where there is only this Gauri Pujan, where they're known as the Mahalakshmis. And in fact, 8 survey respondents in our survey conducted by JPF Analytics did have a tradition of celebrating Gauri, but did not have a tradition of celebrating Ganpati. So there is also that diversity in Ganeshotsav. And